Hello everyone and welcome back to Hey Dad RC. Today I'm going to show you my pretty much completed Duratrax VW Baja Bug refurbishment. I'll try and keep it to a minimum. This was my winter project I'd gotten this past spring from my buddy Dave, and thankfully this car, as I got it mechanically, came pretty darn complete. There were no major components that I needed to try to source because as rare as this car is, I mean, it's based off of the Evader chassis, but parts specific to this actual car are really hard to come by. I think that they only produced this Bug for a year or two, starting back in 2011. So finding proper parts are really hard, and I'm sure really expensive when they do pop up. So the aesthetic things on the body of the car I wasn't too worried about. I just wanted to get a nice running car again. And I'm pretty sure that when I got this car, I probably could have slapped my electronics in there and it probably would have drove. But this thing was so filthy. I felt it was deserving of a complete teardown and washing everything and trying to make it look as nice as I possibly can do that. So before we get into the meat of this car, into the chassis, I'll go over the body real quick. When I got this car, there were a bunch of more decals on it. I just wasn't crazy about the way that they were placed on there. I didn't like the looks of it. So I removed all the decals off of there, save for the two number 3 decals, one on each side. I decided to leave those there. This body has got some nice, not nice, but nice cracking going on both sides on the front. That is the one thing I've left to do. I'm going to try an attempt at getting those shored up just to try and save the body. I really never gave any thought to trying to strip the paint off of this and to repaint it. I just don't want to do anything further to harm the body. And although there are all these little brown splotches of paint all over here, I don't know why, from a previous owner, I decided to just leave it alone. The patina kind of looks kind of nice, but to be honest, I don't want to screw anything up worse on this body than I had to. So I believe this car came with side mirrors. It didn't come with this one. There was a VW emblem, didn't come with this one. And here on the front of the bumper, that fit just inside of here was this little tiny fake light bar. I think there were 3 lights that just had stickers on them. That didn't come with mine either. And this car came stock with a plastic roof rack with no lights. Mine didn't come with that either. But as you can see, I did order one of those Amazon LED lighted roof racks. I think it came out pretty nice. Unfortunately, the holes for this one didn't match up with the original holes in the body, so I had to make more. So there are extra holes here on the inside, but really not much I can do about that. But this thing lit up, looks pretty nice. It also came with covers for the lights that I decided not to use. And these light covers snap in there. They don't stay real well. I just put tiny bits of CA glue on each side just to help hold them in. I don't plan on running this car a whole awful lot. But these covers also came with decals. So what I did was I took 2 of those decals and I put them here because where the initial headlight stickers were, there were holes cut out here. There's 2 holes cut out in the back of the body. So at some point, somebody had put LEDs in this car, and I'm not going to do that. So I just use the stickers here, and I think that it looks all right. To me, it does. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the body. And like I said, here are the holes on each side that I'm assuming there were LEDs in the back as well. But yeah, that's pretty much for the body. Onto the car itself, the chassis. It came with the original servo that has a Duratrax sticker on it. I cleaned that up. It works just fine, so we're going to leave that in there. The shocks are all original stock. They were absolutely caked with crap. I tore them all down, cleaned them all up, filled them up. They hold oil just fine. And these springs that came on this car are progressive rate springs. So the suspension's quite stiff. But again, I'm not going to worry about it. I was trying to keep things as original for the most part as possible. But I tore every bit of this car apart and cleaned each piece by hand. And this one, though, even came with the clear polycarbonate spur and pinion cover. So that cleaned up well. Thankfully, the spur gear was in nice shape. It even came with the original pinion gear that I used. This one did not come with a motor, though. And I was just probably going to stick a Tamiya silver can in there. And the same buddy that got this car for me, Dave, in a separate deal down the road, he actually came upon an original Photon 2 speed motor that was put in this car as it was manufactured by Duratrax. And this one here had never been run. It was in absolutely flawless, unused condition. So he gave me that, and I was real happy about that. You've got the waterproof receiver box. Speed controller, I just used a Tamiya one that I had on hand. I think it's a TEU 105BK. And it mounts up on this back plate just fine. Like I said, the servo works, and a lipo fits in here. A 2S lipo fits in there just perfectly. And you know, as far as parts out there, you can, right now all I see is like a rear shock tower brace, a chassis plate, and they do have the stainless steel screw kit for this. I initially thought maybe I would pick that up and use all new screws, but again, I'm cheap. I want to keep it as original as possible, so I just reused all the hardware that came with this car. And other than that, the wheels and tires, these things stock are hard as heck. I know when this car came out that was something people complained about. The tires really stiff, but in tires that are that hard, they hold up really well. They don't wear that fast, and for as many miles as this car looked to have had on it, as dirty as it was, I took the tires and wheels, cleaned them up real nice. I was going to soak them down in WD-40, but I don't even think that's going to help too much. I'm not worried about this car handling great. I don't plan on running it a whole lot anyways. So they cleaned up well in this. You know, for one of the things that I really like about this car, even though there was really nothing particularly special about it when it came out, the tread pattern on the tires, the wheels that they used, everything just tied together real well with the bug body. I just always was enamored with this car for whatever reason. And, you know, putting on aftermarket wheels on the rear can be difficult to do because these don't have wheel hexes. They are direct pin drive like Associated stuff is. I'm not crazy about that setup, but again, everything's fine. I took the transmission apart, cleaned everything out, re-greased it, but I mean, everything was good anyways. And even the bearings were, for as filthy as this car was, the bearings were fine. I took them out, cleaned them all up, but yeah, everything came out all right, I think. So, like I said, all I've got left to do is I really would like to try and shore up those weak spots with the body. I think I'm going to try the shoe glue and drywall tape method. I have yet to do that, so that should be fun. Hopefully I can get that done this weekend. And other than that, the car's ready to go. I would like to hold off until we get some better, more dry weather before I take this out and do a proper first run video. But I just thought I would share my progress and my near completion of the Duratrax VW Baja Bug. Guys, as always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to check out my videos. And until next time, everyone, stay safe. We'll see you around.